Standing on the top now. No, nothing can move you.
Now, let's come to Sunny Hostin reacting to Hunter Biden guilty verdict and what she had to say about that.
It was a very easy case to prove, 3 counts. They took 3 hours to deliberate. But in these kinds of cases, somebody filling out a form who is addicted to drugs and lies about being addicted to drugs, about 0.9% of those cases go to trial.
That's 0.9%. It doesn't matter. That is no excuse for Joe Biden to pardon him. It's not the point that he just bought a gun knowing that he's on drugs. You're talking about a guy who father has a security clearance. You're talking about a guy who goes to the White House to meet to his father. Hunter Biden is no normal person. You're talking about a guy who travels around the world, who sits on the board of a foreign company. Hunter Biden. You're talking about a man who's addicted to cocaine and proud of it. He's like your boy on that Denzel movie, Gator. Proud to be on crack. Give him some crack, he start dancing, start doing the Running Man. Sonny is trying to blow off the fact that Hunter Biden had a laptop with videos of him doing drugs, him whoring around. We don't know what's the link between Burisma, Joe Biden, and Hunter Biden and Ukraine. Burisma is a Ukraine oil company that has ties into all 3 of them. Hunter sat on the board and was getting a check for him, and all he had to do is show up once every 90 days to a board meeting. They just want to have access to Joe Biden. We don't know what's the real reason why we pushing this Ukraine war. I honestly believe this is, and the reason why Joe Biden pardoned him for now and the future is because the investigation going to lead to all of them was tied into this stuff. And Joe Biden probably a preemptive pardon himself, but he's at the age now by time they convict him of anything, he'll probably be going on to another land in glory, maybe. And that's not the point. The point is how you pardon your son. I mean, let's keep playing.
Okay, so that in and of itself makes it feel like a political prosecution, but I don't feel that way. I think no one is above the law.
Yes.
He committed a crime, and now he will pay the consequences. I don't think as a first offender and as an addict, because you're always an addict, we all have addicts in our families, whether we want to talk about it or not. I think that a drug diversion program is appropriate. He will.
That man been through every program you can think of, and it still ain't helping him. Hunter Biden likes crack. He don't like these new drugs. He like them old drugs. And he'll find whoever got some, he'll go get it. That's not the answer when it comes to Hunter Biden. The brother need to be locked up just like everybody else. You get caught with crack, and he's gotten caught with crack. His daddy said,
if you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice.
You get caught with a little piece of crack, you're going to do 5 to 10, minimum. 15, I think he said minimum, if you get caught with a little bit of crack. Well, we caught him with a whole lot of crack, and his daddy said, lock him up. Now, he gets this carte blanche, and the brothers in jail don't get carte blanche. Let this keep going.
Will never own a firearm again because he's a felon. Neither will.
You can't stop somebody from getting a firearm. Owning one legally is one thing. He'll be able to get one off the streets. If he can get illegal drugs off the streets, he can get an illegal gun off the girl. Go ahead with that.
Trump, yeah. I don't think
And Trump, they say Trump is a convicted felon. You were indicted in these cases and you're found guilty, but the conviction haven't came yet. So you're not a convicted felon legally wise. According to the state of New York, you're not considered a felon until you actually get sentenced. And Trump haven't gotten sentenced. And you look at those counts of that they're charging him, all almost financial crime. It wasn't crack smoking. It was him moving money. It was him and Michael Cohen moving money within his own organization to pay for some poom poom. That his wife, he didn't want his wife or whoever he was messing with at the time. He probably was dating Milana at that time. He didn't want to know, nobody know that he was going to get him something from a porn star. All these was financial crime. One crime that they stacked into 30-some count of money being paid to a sex worker, a porn star. They claim to keep her quiet. You think a porn star running her mouth is gonna affect? Ain't no. I don't understand this. How you think somebody can pay somebody to be quiet about their relationship? You couldn't keep Bill Clinton convict people quiet. You couldn't get Joe Biden convict rape allegations quiet. But here's a woman who they had a mutual relationship together, and he decides to give her some money every now and then. This ain't got nothing to do with crack. Me busting a girl out, I'm sorry, me getting me something from you, and I decide to give you a little money. That ain't the same as going to buy crack and buying a gun illegal, and that ain't the same as being cleared to go into a White House knowing that you smoke crack and buy guns, when we have documented that there was some cocaine found in the White House. No, he needed to be prosecuted.
If you're an addict, you should own a firearm.
Yeah.
I think it's a safety thing for yourself and for society. In a case like this, it was a very easy case to prove. 3 counts, they took 3.
It was very easy to prove. Let's keep going. We're talking about Sonny Hostin
This case
today.
is not taking Donald Trump down, and I say that for a couple reasons.
How do you know that?
There was, well, just real quick, there was no conspiracy charge, which a lot of folks were looking to see
That
if
was
there
a harder charge to prove.
The felony
She's going to tell the truth about Trump charges.
charges, the max sentence is 4 years, but this is a first-time offender. It's a non-violent crime. It's a Class C felony. Every legal expert I've talked to has said most likely a fine and probation if he's even
I'll tell
convicted.
you why you're wrong as this legal expert.
Well, you're one legal expert. And see, you're a legal expert that got Trump derangement syndrome. See, this lady hates Trump so much, and I get it. We get a lot of people that hate. I get people who watch the show that hate Trump, and they get mad at me because I'm not hating nobody. I'm not hating nobody. Maybe the devil in his lies and how he manipulate people and things. And I believe we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We against principality, rulers of darkness, wicked spirits in high places. That's what I believe. Now, she is going to be so wrong on this. Sonny, you're one prosecutor. You probably don't have the ability to prosecute in that type of court. You probably have not had a crime like this to prosecute on, and you're just one person. But let's see her defend her stance on why he needs to be locked up.
Charge to prove.
The felony charges, the max sentence is 4 years, but this is a first-time offender. It's a
Remember, the felony charges are financial crime about Trump taking his money and breaking old Stormy Daniels off because she broke him out. That's what it is. You break me off, I got a little something. And look, come on now. What woman is going to get with you if she don't expect nothing in return? Especially Stormy Daniels, a famous porn star, and she going to give you the porn star treatment. You better add up the money. That porn star treatment ain't going to be cheap. And Trump probably loved it and had plenty of sessions with Trump, being a sinful man, falling to his desires, going to get a little something from Stormy Daniels. He just didn't want, I guess he didn't want the money to get traced. But he could just went and got some cash and paid the old girl off. But they trying to take this incident and make it seem like it's a heinous crime. A heinous crime now, and using that as a reason to minimize him and his ability to lead. Getting some poom poom from a porn star and breaking her off at, okay, let me stop.
A non-violent crime. It's a Class C felony. Every legal expert I've talked to has said most likely a fine and probation if he's even convicted.
I'll tell you why you're wrong as this legal expert. That is wrong. And I will
He's
tell
not
you,
going to jail over
I will
this.
tell you,
He's not going to jail
I
over
will tell
this.
you why you're wrong. Prosecutors are not only in the business of prosecuting crimes, we're in the business of sending out a message.
What's interesting is
You hear that? You don't supposed to prosecute somebody to send a message out to other people. Now, Trump writing that letter out to during the Central Park Five Boys exonerated Five Boys situation, that letter was a message to anybody. It wasn't directly to attack the Central Park Five Boys, but it did include the Central Park Five Boys. That if anybody come into this area, come into my city and our nice parks, our nice quiet park, and let me tell you something, back then, muggings was huge. You had the Back in them days, you had the guardian angels walking up and down Central Park, protecting women, being a presence, the police department being a presence, and vigilantes out there being a presence, because people were getting mugged, people were getting mobbed. That was during the height of the crack era, and people trying to get money to buy crack and everything, and cocaine too. So you had people out there doing foolish stuff. So when this situation happened, where this woman came to enter her life of dying, Trump put out the letter, say, hey, if you're gonna come, if you're gonna be doing this, they need to bring. If this person dies, you come around here and you harm our citizens, and they die, you need to die. That wasn't directly to the Central Park Five Boys. That was a message of his. That was a message to anybody in New York. It don't matter whether white, yellow, black, white, red. It don't matter to Trump, and he said it in the letter. But because it came at a time, they released it at a time after the boys confessed, people assume he wrote that to the boys, and there's no proof that he did. There's no proof. Nobody can prove it. And even the news people, even the New York Times, have a timestamp of when they got that letter. And they know they got that letter way before Trump, way before them boys confessed to the crime. Even before those boys got, arraigned. He had that mentality concerning what was going on, because there were horrible things going on in New York before this incident happened. She's trying to say that we'll prosecute somebody just to send a message. Then you're wrong, and you're just. You don't use an individual to send a message for justice. You don't take a small crime and elevate it to a crime of a high crime of violence or just to appease yourself. Now, I'm not a Rick Rubin guy, but he's right on this situation.
He's saying that you should prosecute to send a message. Now, that's interesting, because now I would say, and I think most people who believe in equality under the law believe that you should be prosecuting based on the laws that are on the books. So if you,
Facts.
I don't know, let's say murder somebody, everyone who murders somebody should be treated equally under the law, and you should have to prove that they did it.
This case is not taking Donald Trump.
You got to prove that they did it, and then you prosecute. I mean, then you convict them. And in that conviction comes your sentence. And with that sentence, you can get anywhere between manslaughter charge, life in prison, the death penalty in some states, who knows? But you don't just say we're going to lock them up just to send them a message on money going to a prostitute lady. But this is Sunny Hostin. This is a lady who got Trump derangement syndrome.